the lush forests of the western Ghats, a wide river flowed gracefully, splitting the dense jungle into two. The river, called Sarita, was the lifeline for all the animals, providing them with water and a place to cool off during the scorching summer days. One sunny afternoon, a lion named Sheru was resting by the river bank, enjoying the gentle breeze and the calming sound of the flowing water. Sheru was known as the king of the jungle, but he was a kind and wise ruler who treated all the animals with respect. As Sheru lay in the shade, he noticed a goat named Bholu grazing nearby. Bholu was a young and curious goat, always exploring the jungle and making new friends. Despite their natural predator-prey relationship, Sheru and Bholu had developed an unusual friendship over time. "Hello, Bholu. What brings you to this side of the river?" Sheru called out, his deep voice resonating through the trees. Bholu looked up and trotted over to Sheru. "Hello, Sheru. I was just exploring and looking for some fresh grass. The other side of the river looks so green and inviting. I was wondering if there's a way to cross the river safely." Sheru nodded thoughtfully. "The river is deep and has a strong current. It's not easy to cross, but I've heard that there is a narrow bridge a few miles upstream. However, it's risky and not well maintained." Bholu's eyes lit up with excitement. "A bridge? That sounds promising. Will you come with me, Sheru? I could use your strength and wisdom to guide me." Sheru smiled warmly. "Of course, Bholu. Let's rest here for a while and then start our journey. We'll cross the river together and see what adventures await us on the other side." After resting by the river bank, Sheru and Bholu set off on their journey upstream to find the narrow bridge. The path was winding and occasionally steep, but the two friends enjoyed each other's company and the beauty of the forest. As they walked, Sheru shared stories of his adventures and the wisdom he had gained over the years. Bholu listened eagerly, soaking in every word. The sun began to dip in the sky, casting a golden glow over the landscape. After several hours of trekking, they finally reached the bridge. It was an old, wooden structure that swayed slightly with the breeze. The planks were worn and gaps could be seen between them, making the crossing appear daunting. Bholu hesitated, looking at Sheru with uncertainty. "Do you think it's safe, Sheru? The bridge looks so fragile." Sheru examined the bridge carefully. "It does look fragile, but it's the only way to cross the river without swimming through the strong current. We must proceed with caution. I will go first and ensure it can hold our weight." Sheru stepped onto the bridge, testing each plank before putting his full weight on it. The bridge creaked and swayed, but it held. Slowly, Sheru made his way across, keeping his eyes focused on the other side. Bholu watched anxiously from the river bank. Once Sheru reached the other side safely, he called out, "It's safe, Bholu. Just take it slow and steady. Don't look down, and keep your eyes on me." Bholu took a deep breath and stepped onto the bridge. His legs trembled as the planks creaked under his weight, but he followed Sheru's advice, keeping his eyes on his friend. Inch by inch, Bholu made his way across the bridge, feeling a sense of accomplishment with each step. Finally, Bholu reached the other side, and Sheru greeted him with a proud smile. "Well done, Bholu. You were brave and determined." Bholu beamed with pride. "Thank you, Sheru. I couldn't have done it without your guidance and encouragement." Having successfully crossed the river, Sheru and Bholu found themselves in a part of the forest they had never explored before. The vegetation was lush and green, and the air was filled with the sweet scent of blooming flowers. Bholu bounded ahead, excited to explore this new territory. "Look at all this fresh grass, Sheru. It's even better than I imagined. Sheru chuckled. It's certainly a beautiful place. Let's be cautious, though. We don't know what dangers might lurk here. As they ventured deeper into the forest, they came across a variety of animals they had never seen before. A family of deer grazed peacefully, while colorful birds flitted between the trees. The forest was alive with activity and the sounds of nature. Suddenly, they heard a rustling in the bushes. Sheru and Bholu froze, their senses on high alert. Out of the underbrush emerged a group of monkeys, chattering excitedly. One of the monkeys, an elderly one named Kapi, approached them. Welcome to our side of the forest. It's been a long time since we've had visitors. What brings you here? Sheru and Bholu introduced themselves and explained their journey. Kapi listened intently and then said, "You are brave to cross the river. Many have tried, but few succeed. You are welcome to stay here and explore our forest. But be careful, as there are also dangers here." Sheru thanked Kapi for the warning. "We will be cautious. Thank you for your hospitality." The monkeys guided Sheru and Bholu to a clearing where they could rest and offered them some fruits. The two friends spent the evening sharing stories with the monkeys, learning about the customs and way of life on this side of the river. The next morning, Sheru and Bholu decided to explore the forest further. They said their goodbyes to the monkeys and set off on a new adventure. The forest was vast, and there was much to discover. As they walked, they encountered a large, rocky hill. Bholu, ever the curious one, wanted to climb it to see the view from the top. Sheru, always cautious, agreed but reminded Bholu to be careful. The climb was steep and challenging, but the two friends were determined. Halfway up the hill, they heard a faint cry for help. They followed the sound and found a young deer trapped in a crevice between two rocks. The deer, named Chintu, was in distress. "Please help me. I was exploring and got stuck. I can't move." Sheru and Bholu immediately sprang into action. Sheru used his strength to push one of the rocks, while Bholu encouraged Chintu to wiggle free. It was a difficult task, but with their combined efforts, they managed to free Chintu. "Thank you so much!" Chintu exclaimed, tears of gratitude in his eyes. "I don't know what I would have done without you." Sheru smiled kindly. "We are glad we could help. Are you hurt?" Chintu shook his head. "I'm a little bruised, but I'll be fine. I was trying to find my way back home. I live on the other side of the hill." Bholu's eyes sparkled with excitement. "We'll help you get home, Chintu. Let's climb to the top of the hill first. The view will help us find the way." With Chintu now accompanying them, Sheru and Bholu continued their climb to the top of the hill. The path was steep and rocky, but they supported each other, ensuring everyone made it safely. When they finally reached the summit, they were greeted with a breathtaking view. The forest stretched out before them, a sea of green with the river Sarita winding through it like a shimmering ribbon. In the distance, they could see Chintu's home, a small clearing near a sparkling waterfall. Chintu's eyes filled with joy. "That's my home. I can see it from here. Thank you so much for helping me." Sheru nodded. "We'll guide you there, Chintu. But first, let's rest and enjoy the view. It's a beautiful reminder of how vast and wonderful our world is." As they rested, Bholu noticed something peculiar in the distance. A plume of smoke was rising from the forest, near the area where they had crossed the river. "Sheru, look at that smoke. Do you think there's a fire?" Bholu asked with concern. Sheru frowned. "It could be. We need to check it out and make sure no one is in danger. Chintu, you stay close to us. The three friends quickly made their way down the hill, heading towards the source of the smoke. Their sense of adventure was now mixed with urgency, knowing that they might need to help others in need. As they approached the source of the smoke, Sheru, Bholu, and Chintu saw that a small part of the forest was indeed on fire. The flames crackled and spread quickly, fueled by dry leaves and branches. Nearby animals were fleeing in panic. Sheru acted swiftly. Bholu, find some large leaves and branches to help smother the flames. Chintu, gather any animals you can find and lead them to safety. Bholu and Chintu nodded and set off to complete their tasks. Bholu used his nimble hooves to gather large leaves and branches, while Chintu ran through the forest, calling out to the animals and guiding them away from the fire. Sheru used his strength to push dirt onto the flames, trying to contain the fire and prevent it from spreading further. Bholu soon joined him, using the leaves and branches to help extinguish the flames. The fire was fierce, but with their combined efforts and determination, they managed to bring it under control. The smoke began to clear, and the flames died down, leaving behind charred remnants of the forest. Sheru, Bholu, and Chintu were exhausted but relieved. The forest animals gathered around them, grateful for their bravery and quick thinking. One of the animals, a wise old tortoise named Kavi, approached them. You have saved our home and our lives. We are forever in your debt. Please, come to our village and rest. We will take care of you. Sheru and Bholu nodded gratefully. Thank you, Kavi. We appreciate your kindness, Sheru said. The animals led Sheru, Bholu, and Chintu to their village, nestled deep within the forest. It was a peaceful and welcoming place, with small huts made of leaves and branches. The villagers, a diverse group of animals, gathered to greet their heroes. Kavi, the tortoise, introduced them to the village chief, an elderly elephant named Raja. Raja welcomed them warmly. You have shown great courage and selflessness. We are honored to have you here. Please, rest and let us take care of you. The villagers provided food and shelter for Sheru, Bholu, and Chintu. They shared stories and songs, celebrating the bravery of their new friends. Sheru and Bholu felt a deep sense of belonging and gratitude. As they rested, Chintu's family arrived to take him home. They thanked Sheru and Bholu profusely, promising to visit them whenever they could. Sheru and Bholu spent several days in the village, recovering from their ordeal and enjoying the hospitality of the villagers. They made new friends and learned about the customs and traditions of the village. After several days of rest and recuperation, Sheru and Bholu decided it was time to return to their side of the river. They bid farewell to their new friends, promising to visit again soon. Kavi and Raja escorted them to the narrow bridge, offering their final words of gratitude and blessings for a safe journey home. May you have a safe journey, and may our paths cross again in the future, Raja said. Sheru and Bholu carefully crossed the bridge once more, feeling a sense of accomplishment and fulfillment. They had not only explored new territories but also made lasting friendships and helped those in need. As they walked back through the forest, they reflected on their journey. We've learned so much and met so many wonderful beings, Bholu said. I'm grateful for every moment. Sheru nodded. Life is full of unexpected adventures and challenges. What matters is how we face them and the bonds we form along the way. When they finally reached their home, the sun was setting, casting a warm glow over the landscape. The forest on their side of the river looked familiar yet different, enriched by the experiences and memories they had gathered. Word of Sheru and Bholu's adventures spread throughout their side of the forest. The animals gathered to hear their stories and celebrate their bravery. Sheru and Bholu were greeted with cheers and applause as they shared their experiences with the community. The animals decided to organize a grand celebration in honor of Sheru and Bholu's bravery and selflessness. The clearing near the river bank was decorated with colorful flowers and leaves, and a feast was prepared with the finest fruits and vegetables. The celebration was filled with laughter, music, and dancing. Animals from all corners of the forest came to join the festivities. Bholu was especially thrilled to see his friends and share stories of their journey. Kapi, the monkey, performed acrobatic tricks, delighting the audience. Chintu and his family arrived with a special gift for Sheru and Bholu, a beautifully carved wooden statue depicting the three friends standing together, symbolizing their unity and bravery. Sheru addressed the gathering with a heartfelt speech. "Thank you, dear friends, for this wonderful celebration. Bholu and I are humbled by your love and support. Our journey has taught us the value of friendship, courage, and helping others. Let us always remember to stand together and face challenges with kindness and strength." The celebration continued late into the night, with stories and songs echoing through the forest. Sheru and Bholu felt a deep sense of fulfillment and joy, knowing they had made a positive impact on their community. With the celebration behind them, Sheru and Bholu settled back into their daily routines. However, their hearts were forever changed by their journey. They felt a renewed sense of purpose and a deeper connection to their community. Sheru continued to lead the animals with wisdom and compassion, always ready to lend a helping paw. Bholu, inspired by their adventure, started exploring new areas of the forest and helping other animals in need. One day, as Sheru and Bholu were relaxing by the river bank, they saw a group of young animals trying to cross the river. The old, narrow bridge had become even more fragile, and the young ones were hesitant. Sheru and Bholu exchanged a knowing look. "It's time to build a new bridge," Sheru said with determination. "A bridge that is safe and strong for everyone to use." The two friends gathered the animals of the forest and explained their plan. Everyone eagerly joined in, bringing materials and offering their skills. Together, they built a sturdy new bridge that spanned the river, connecting both sides of the forest. The new bridge became a symbol of unity and cooperation. It allowed animals from both sides of the river to visit each other, share resources, and strengthen their bonds. Sheru and Bholu's legacy of bravery, friendship, and kindness lived on, inspiring future generations. As they stood on the new bridge, looking out over the river Sarita, Sheru and Bholu felt a deep sense of accomplishment. They had faced challenges, made lasting friendships, and created a lasting impact on their community. "Life is truly an adventure," Bholu said with a smile. "And we are just getting started." Sheru nodded. "Together, we can face anything. The river may flow and the forest may change, but our friendship and courage will always guide us." And so, the lion and the goat, two unlikely friends, continued their journey, ready to embrace whatever adventures the future held, knowing that they could always count on each other. This story, with its themes of bravery, friendship, and the power of unity, aims to inspire readers and convey important life lessons through the adventures of Sheru and Bholu. If you like the story, then subscribe to the channel for more interesting stories.